Hello, welcome to Ghost Pepper Lollipop, where the takes are spicy, the host is sweet, and we engage multiple things can be true at the same time, and generally are. I hope y'all are having a good week. I am having a good week, and I am excited to get into this week's content. We are doing another one of those YouTube suggestions and looking at what the men over here are looking at. What are you guys looking up? What are y'all interested in? And what cursed men are giving you bad advice? I found one. I found a cursed man giving you cursed advice, and we're going to look at that today and debunk all of his cursed nonsense. Well, debunk as much of it as we can with science and read him for filth for whatever's just misogynist disgustingness. Let's go. This'll be fun. Ish. E. Funny. Yeah, funny. This'll be funny. Public service announcement, because somebody had asked something last week if the guy last week was my ex. No, I have stopped. I am gay. No men's, never, none. I am cured. I came out of the closet and I got cured. So no worries on that. I don't. Y'all, I will give you advice that will actually help you with women because I'm gay. Lesbian gay, like gay. I'm not trying to, no. You. Dating men is gross. It's also bad for your health. It's really bad for your health. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Ladies, men, don't date men. Just saying, the men's need to be lonely. You need to be lonely. It's a need, not a want. Anyway, let's go. This gentleman, this cursed advice will be coming from Casey Zander. He has a large following of y'all. That means y'all are going to him in droves to be told nonsense. And I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Now, this is nothing against Casey. For my own neurodivergence, I have sped Casey up. Like I said, for my own neurodivergence, we're not going to get all ableist here. I just need the video a little faster. There were plenty of other things that I get to read Casey for, though. Let's go.
Hi everyone, so in today's video, this is going to be 10 lies that women will tell you. This is 10 lies that modern women will tell you regarding dating, the guys they actually want to sleep with, how they think, how they operate. And what I'm even going to do in today's video is I'm going to show you how and why, okay, and specifically how women have convinced you over the course of your life to believe these things. This is going to be a very impactful video, so let me preface the whole video with these two things, okay? Because there's two false beliefs that you've been told essentially your whole life. This could be just what you've heard in magazines and on TV. This could be what your mom told you. This could be just, little sayings or quotes or affirmations you've heard. The first thing that you've probably heard your whole life is a woman's intuition is always correct. You're going to hear this. You're going to hear this just throughout, growing up or whatever. Always trust a woman's intuition. Okay, you might even see women post quotes like that or affirmations like that on their social media or whatever. Always trust a woman's intuition. A woman's intuition is never wrong. And the reason why this is promoted is because it does one thing. It undermines male intellect. It undermines male intellect. So this is what you have to understand.
Are y'all that weak? Every time there's an affirmation for women, it undermines y'all. You're emasculated by every affirmation of womanhood and femdom. If there is an uplifting of womanhood and femdom, it tears you down. It's just cutting out your little Achilles heels and just dropping you like little flies, or what is it? Like, are y'all that weak? Really, for real? This man would take your money and have you feeling and believing you're that weak. That everything that uplifts a woman is there to tear you down. That, my friends, that is the patriarchs reaching their hand up your butt and going meep out your mouth. And this man is collecting your money to help the patriarchs puppet you. Don't give this man your money. Don't let him in your wallet for either dollars or that man card. Close your wallet, put it in your pocket.
And, okay, is this is a form of deception. And here's why. A woman's intuition, just like in the Bible, okay? The Bible lays this out very clearly in the book of Genesis. A woman's intuition typically
One of the things that I find the funniest about you Christians is that you don't read the book. You didn't read the book. See, I did. I did read the book from start to finish because I really, really wanted to find Sky Daddy because y'all are gaslighting and manipulating all over the place all the time, and you're grooming people from the time they're kids. And I really went looking for the bastard and found out that if I did find him, I would punch him in the pants parts over and over. In fact, if we have to meet at some pearly gates, he and I got beef. We ain't meeting on friendly terms, and heaven is the scariest place on earth. Or is scariest place on earth, the scariest place fucking imaginable. I do not want the me scooped out to be a fluffy cloud. No thank you. I like the me. I'll keep being the me, and Sky Daddy can suck a fucking elf. That child abusing, child molesting enslaver can suck every elf, actually. And I have no sorries. And the Bible doesn't mention women's intuition at all. Not in Genesis, anyway. Genesis refers to the snake as Satan. So he's lying to you to take your man card or your monies or manipulate you in some form or fashion. Or if you don't believe me, the heathen that read your book, you could just go read the book. I mean, it's a thing you could do. It's a thing you could do.
follows the serpent. That's what a woman's intuition naturally is drawn to. Essentially being manipulated and falling to temptation. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to scrap.
No, but what is interesting, he is wrong. But there is something interesting about that whole thing, that whole Eve and the apple and stuff. And it is not about free will, because having knowledge would only lead to making better decisions if you had free will. It is about obedience. And the thing that Eve did was disobey. So she didn't understand how she was disobeying or why it would be bad, because she had no knowledge or understanding. And so she was not actually permitted to act upon her free will. And the moment that she did, she committed the first sin, because she was not obedient. It is not about free will or love or any of those things. It is about feeding Sky Daddy's ego and being obedient to him. And if you do not feed his ego and be obedient to him, he will burn you for all eternity, like he did the first child that he didn't like because it disagreed with him. And the snake, Mr. Loud and Wrong, is only referred to ever as Satan. It is not a part of the intuition. Eve didn't have intuition until knowledge, because you need knowledge to have the pattern connecting for intuition. Yeah, you put the cart before the horse there a bit, Casey. Just a little bit. It's okay. We'll help you through it. We'll recart that horse. Or, I don't know. We'll put you in the right spot. That analogy, I don't know. The cattle find that ball. The ball went over there. The cattle find it. It's fine. The analogy did an analogy. We'll get you there, though, Casey.
That belief, and you need to start using better language. The first way you do this is by importing a new sentence into your mouth, and that would be always trust a man's intuition. A man's intuition is correct for you. Whatever you want to say. That's the first thing you need to do. Always trust a man's intuition, okay?
You didn't think of one to write down on your little notes that you're reading from, Casey? You should have come up with one. Like, come on. Always trust a woman's intuition. You were there the first time. Always trust a man's intuition. It sounded wrong, huh? It sounded wrong. What were you looking for, Casey? I think you're missing something here. What is it that they say for intuition with men? Because we have one for men. What is it? Oh, gravy. Hmm. Can y'all think of the one that we have that includes men in the intuition having? We have a phrase for this. Who can guess it? Trust your what? Oh my goodness, gravy! Trust your gut. Do you think we already have one for this, Casey? Did you forget it? You were trying so hard to put women down that you forgot we have one for men too. You're just looking so hard for a way to be offended by women having something that you don't. That you forgot there was one for men too. Did you forget that? Did you forget just a little bit? Just a little bit. You just forgot a little bit. It's okay. It was just a little forget. We can't let him move forward until we have debunked some of this nonsense. So, let's look at what Psychology Today says intuition is, because we know what that women's intuition is and that gut feeling is. We have science to tell us what it is, and that everybody has it. Just because Casey is a little upset that women have a phrase that's dedicated to them and forgot that men have the trust your gut thing. We're just going to remind him of what intuition is and that we have science to tell us and that you don't have to pay him lots and lots of money for him to steal your man card, okay? Close your wallets, put it in your pocket. Let's go. Intuition is a form of knowledge that appears in consciousness without obvious deliberation. It is not magical, but rather a faculty in which hunches are generated by the unconscious mind rapidly sifting through past experience and cumulative knowledge. Often referred to as gut feelings, intuition tends to arrive holistically and quickly, without awareness of the underlying mental processing of information. Scientists have repeatedly demonstrated how information can register on the brain without conscious awareness and positively influence decision making and other behavior. This is one of the reasons that little trick I'm telling y'all all the time about doing that thing you do actually can work. Intuition, where the hell does it come from? Well, psychologists believe that intuition relies on powers of pattern matching, as the mind combs experience stored in long term memory for similar situations and presents in the moment judgments based on them. The automatic information processing that underlies intuition can be seen in the everyday phenomenon known as highway hypnosis, which occurs when a driver travels for miles without conscious thought about the activity of driving the car. So you see, simply because we say trust a woman's intuition doesn't mean we're trying to negate man's intelligence. Men have intuition of their own, and we generally refer to that as your gut feeling. And when we're telling men to trust their intuition, we simply refer to it with different verbiage and say, trust your gut. See, Casey? You don't have to be emasculated by it. You don't have to emasculate yourself. You can totally, totally, totally stop squeezing your balls now. I'm just saying, you don't have to hurt yourself like that. You really don't need to emasculate yourself like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You don't have to. I mean, you can if you like that sort of thing. I won't mess with your kink. But stop trying to tell other men that they have to be emasculated because you want to steal their man cards, you little thieving shit ass. Get your hands out of their wallets. Those are their man cards, not yours.
Now, the second false belief that you've probably been told is this: women mature faster than men, okay? So they know what's best. This is what you've probably been told. You'd hear this all the time. Even me, I heard this growing up in school. Oh, your mind isn't as developed yet. Women mature way faster than
You heard it in school. Remember that for in a minute.
men, okay? What you'll see is this is oftentimes completely false. Women spend all of their 20s, okay, a lot of times making decisions that they regret in their 30s and 40s. Women spend essentially all of their 20s most of the time with the wrong men, and then they oftentimes only choose to mature when they either get old, okay, or they have kids, so they start to understand what life is actually like, okay, or on top of that, their looks just start to decline, so now they have to mature, okay? So this is what you're going to find. You're going to hear this belief constantly curated or talked about. Women mature faster than men, so they know what's best, okay? Listen to me very closely. I don't think there's really any proof to that. So, you know what? You have good, strong, rational, masculine male intellect. Trust your own judgment, and you have to understand how to make your own decisions. So, as a man, this is what I want you to know.
Rational male intellect, zero emotional intelligence. This one's in love with himself. It's really not just a summer thing. I think he's in love with y'all too. I, you know, maybe he's in love with y'all too. I don't know. Maybe he is.
Going into this video, God
No judgment. I mean, if y'all want to be in love with each other, I will throw you a party. It will have rainbows. I will let you choose whether or not you want the glitter there. I know how it tracks. I like glitter. My partner does not love my glitter fascination. She just loves me.
gave you rational male intellect, so you need to start to use it. You know when something is complete bullshit and when it's not. Step into that.
Yes, step into that knowledge that this man is full of complete bullshit and he is trying to reach into your pocket and steal your man card and your dollars. Please. Trust your gut.
Don't be ashamed of that. That's your internal radar saying, hey, I don't think that this is true. Hey, I think that there's a better way to do this. Hey, I think I know what's best. Hey, I have enough confidence to trust my own judgment. That's how we're going to start this video.
I don't hate the talking well to yourself. Like, I'm always telling y'all to do that too, because I think that it's such an important aspect to improving our engagements with others. Because once we're treating ourselves better, we will treat the world around us better. If you were to talk to others in the way that you often talk to yourself, many of you, other people wouldn't want to hang out with you. And if you talk to others the way you talk to yourself, and you may find that others don't want to hang out with you, you may accidentally say awful things to yourself and just not even realize you're doing it because you're in such a habit of doing it because some horrible person put that in your head to repeat, oftentimes sadly a parent. You're worth more than that. Give yourself better and talk to yourself well. And good job, Casey. Yes, talk to yourself well. Build self-confidence and self-value. Not conceit and ego, but, you know, at least this is in the right direction of how you talk to yourself matters.
We got that out of the way. Now we can actually talk about the 10 lies that women have.
Oh my goodness, gravy babies of mercy. That was all fucking preamble. Okay, settle down there, Casey. Settle down. We gotta debunk your last bit of nonsense real quick. Okay, y'all, here we go. We have a bit of science. Now, Casey just said that he doesn't believe that girls mature faster than boys, even though he learned it in school. It sounds like he may not believe in science very much. Anyway, psychology today. Again, we're going with psychology today. I need you to focus on the operative word here. The operative word is why, not that. That means that this science has long been understood. We've done many studies and we just know that girls mature faster than boys, maturity-wise, like emotional maturity and etc. That is not to put boys and men down. It's just a description of the way things are. This does mean also that trans girls and trans women mature faster than boys as well, and boys and men. It's the brain, y'all. It's the brain. Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue the point. Trans women are women, trans men are men, and this science applies to them as well. As always, I do include the links and data that I use down in the description box. I will have all of the information that I used for the previous argument against Genesis, as well as that Psychology Today article and this one as well in the description box. And remember, it's scientists identify why girls often mature faster than boys. This isn't a every time. It's just a most often. Some of it probably has to do with how we socialize boys and girls so differently that damages our connection to one another, which Casey is proving has happened to him. And he has put up barriers against understanding women because that connection to his feminine side has been damaged so severely by the patriarchy and capitalism. And he wants the man card and the money out of your wallet so badly that he will lie to you and abuse you, even though there is science right here, easily accessible for you to use to help you. Please do check these resources. I put these resources here so that you can check them, so that you can make sure that I'm telling you the truth, so that you can have more information in your arsenal to protect you so that you can have better engagements in your life and treat you better. Please do use the resources. And those that just don't like what I'm saying and just still don't believe in the resources or want to complain that I should find Sky Daddy for some absurd reason, the comments are below. You know where to find them. Look for them there, but lace your shoe up. I don't want you to fall on the way to typing your snarky message. I wouldn't want you to get hurted.
Told you or have attempted to convince you of, or whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. These are going to be the 10 things that you're going to find. So the first lie, or the first essentially like a lie or false belief you were probably told, okay, would be that her past, okay, and the guys that she dated in the past or her potential body count doesn't matter. Listen to me closely. You have to understand this on a deep level. Women are hypergamous, which means women only want the best. Okay, and women's emotions gravitate towards who is that best, and on top of that, she has real world and real life experience, so she can analyze for herself who was the best. So keep that in mind. Women are hypergamous, so you need to think of it this way, okay? Let's say you're dating a woman and she's 28, okay? And let's say she lost her V card, or she had her first boyfriend at 18, okay? That's 10 years of men. 10 years, okay? 10 years of dating history. Now, this is what I can tell you. Out of those 10 years of dating, if you're dating a woman who's 28, and she has been dating since she was 18. Out of those 10 years of dating, she likes one guy the best. Out of all those guys, all the dudes who were trying to talk to her at the bar, all the dudes that she met on a dating app, all the dudes that she met, at the club, whatever, she likes one guy the best, just one. She likes one of those guys the best. The chances that it's actually you, listen, the chances that it's actually you is slim to none, absolutely slim to none. And here's why. You will get into a long-term relationship with this type of woman or with one of these women that has a past where you're not her best, and dating them or being in that relationship with them is going to be like a living hell. It is going to be like a living hell because you will constantly be compared to somebody who was better, that she wasn't able to lock down for a long-term relationship. You will constantly be compared to what life could have been if she would have been with that guy, and she will always have contempt for you. She will always dislike you slightly. She will always be pissed off that she's even with you in the first place. Dating a woman, okay, who has had a better man than you in her past is a recipe for disaster because she will never look at you with true, genuine desire like she did that guy because she knows what she can have. Okay, it's just like if you were to date, let's say, a really, really, really hot woman, okay, and let's say things dissolved or things fell out, the relationship dissolved or whatever. Any woman that you meet that's not at or above that level of attractiveness, you're going to know what you could have had. Okay, so keep that in mind. With women, this is even amplified more because of hypergamy. So always keep that in mind, okay? This is the very first lie that you're probably told.
That was a lot of words. Again, I'm not sure there was a vegetable word in there. A lot of projection. So much projection. He's full of shit. And it's really interesting how he's combining body count and hypergamy. That's really interesting. It's like he wants to slut shame and call women gold diggers at the same time, but he can't figure out the words to do it. It's really interesting. It's interesting. Now, the truth is, women are more educated than men because they've chosen to be. Men were given unearned privilege and have decided that just because they're always told they're the best, they must be the best. They don't have to read books. They just know things. And so men don't choose education. And enough men have done enough shitty things to enough women that women have a phrase for this. A man is not a plan. And therefore, women seek out education and jobs to make sure that they can manage themselves. Now, there is a fair bit of this patriarchal society left still in us. That is why we're doing this show, so I can teach you to stop being a warm place for the patriarch's hand. Anyway, that being said, The way that you use hypergamy in this misogynistic way is both misleading and just a way to call a woman a name without saying the name. Like we hear the dog whistle, we hear it. We're trained to hear that shit. We hear the misogyny a mile away because that is the only thing this man has. He is unlikable, unwanted, and he doesn't want to work to be either. And so he doesn't want you to either. He wants to normalize a world in which y'all don't have to try, which is the one y'all grew up in, where y'all don't have to try. That's what you've been told all your lives. You don't have to try. You just get to have things handed to you on a platter. Well, the platter isn't serving. We don't want to be the platter. And you can suck an elf if you think that you're going to order us to be the platter. We are not things. We are people. And men have decided that we are not, that we are lesser than them. And men like this keep perpetuating this nonsense. And that is why there is a loneliness epidemic. What it truly is an epidemic of men who have been given too much unearned privilege and have decided that they should just be treated like they know everything and are the best and shouldn't have to work for anything. And they're big, big mad that nobody is just bending over and saying, woohoo, you're the best, you're right, without them doing any kind of effort. They don't want to put any effort. They just want to be told they're the best. They just want to be obeyed. Nobody's here for the obedience games anymore. We want to be free, and we will be free. And, gentlemen, I need to remind you, feel like this is a good time to remind you that being liked and wanted is superior. And here's the reason. Our species used to need both the male aspect and the female aspect in order to continue. We don't anymore. We don't need men. We have some women that can produce sperm and they're delightful, much better to be around than men. So much better to be around than men. And B, we can create sperm now. What we cannot create is a womb to house the sperm, but we can create sperm. So do you think you should maybe look into wanting to be liked and make yourselves likable? Maybe work on your shit? Because it appears that we no longer need you. Is that why you're trying to take our rights away? Is that why y'all want to take our voting rights and our reproductive rights and everything else away? Is because you're not needed and you know it? And you just, that hard work, you don't want to do that hard work of being likable, of working on your shit. You just want to be obeyed. Me. You're weak. If that's the way you're still going through the world, like you're entitled, this is weak. This man is weak. And unnecessary.
Number two, okay, the second lie that you're going to be told is this. You are the only guy I'm talking to, or you are the only guy that I'm dating. You're going to hear women say this. Maybe you met a woman on a dating app. Maybe you met her out and about, wherever. It was at a party
Oh, he's definitely about to project some bullshit here. He's definitely right about to project here.
or something. Women are truly never single because of the amount of options and the amount of attention that they get. The amount of options that they have and the amount of attention that they get will obviously dictate their dating capabilities. Well, if you're dating a woman or you're seeing a woman who is attractive, she has so many men, probably hundreds of men in that city who would love to date her. So keep that in mind. If she says you're the only guy I'm talking to,
Who would love to date her? I mean, duh. Men always want to date women. Y'all are needy. Y'all are submissive and breedable as hell. Y'all are always wanting something warm and cozy. What? Of course, y'all are always wanting all the women. Like, come on, dude. Give me some information that's. Oh, my gravy.
Who are dating, this is what you have to know, and this is what you have to understand. If you are not in a relationship, meaning a committed long-term relationship, where you two are officially a couple, and she's dating you the way that you're wanting, meaning that she is sweet to you, loyal to you, feminine to you, you're in a real long-term relationship. If you're not in a relationship, she's more than likely dating multiple men and a lot of times sleeping with multiple men. This is what you have to know and this is what you have to understand, and here's why. Let me show you how this goes. Let's say she's been dating a guy for 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, let's say she's been seeing a guy for about 6 weeks, she's sleeping with him, and then let's say since she's not in a relationship or she's not committed to him, she's just seeing him, okay? This is just a guy that she's seeing for the time being. Well, then what happens? I'll tell you what happens. Let's say she goes out to the club with her friends or something that Friday, and let's say she meets a dude, and she really likes him, and that night, those two end up hooking up. Well, now she starts talking to him. And maybe she talks to that guy that she met at the club for a couple weeks, a couple months. Regardless, maybe she wants to see him outside of that interaction. What you have to understand is it's just not true. The amount of options that women have, listen, the more she also has other options and in the past has slept with multiple options, this is what you have to remember. To her, it's almost like part of her is desensitized to where sleeping with a new dude for her doesn't really mean a whole lot of anything. So that's what you have to remember. When she says you're the only guy that I'm talking to or that I'm dating, your best bet is just to not trust what was said at all. You can smile. You can say, oh, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Yeah, good. Oh, cool. Oh, really? Wow. But internally, you know what's up. Internally, you know it's the right decision. Okay, that's number 2.
Holy word salad. Where's the dressing? Word salad. Where's the dressing? Little wiggles for some of y'all. Y'all have a little nostalgia for that one. Oh my gravy. Sir. Sir. Where's the dressing? That was just word salad. That was all of that was word salad. Holy bat crap, Robin. That was a lot of word salad. I really could use some dressing. Anyway, let's unpack this shit. What he is saying is that essentially he's trying to say that women cheat more than men. What he's actually doing is projecting a lot. He's telling you exactly, how he feels about sex and women. He's not really telling you anything about women. Probably because he doesn't know anything about women, because he doesn't talk to women. The gender cheating gap is wider among older adults. So this is the gender cheating gap. This is who cheats, who have reported cheating more often than others. I don't really have a metric for dating as much. However, if you notice, historically, with men 80 and up and etc., that cheating gap has always been men cheating more than women, and that's because men had all of the power in the sexual market. Women weren't actually permitted to take part in the sexual marketplace. Women were stifled and shamed, and still are. Women are often slut shamed if they even try to take part in the sexual marketplace. So it is only now in today's youth that those dynamics are starting to even out. I will also, as always, include that graph from the Institute of Family Studies. That will also be included in your debunking of this absurd man content. I hope you internally know the right decision is to not give this man any money and to not listen to him, because he's never talked to a woman and he's only projecting his own nonsense forward. Here we go. Let's see what his idea of number 3 is. Let's go.
That's number 2. Number 3, okay? When she says something like loyalty is the most important trait to me, this is a lot of times just a complete lie, and here's why. See, this in real life is how this happens, okay? If she says loyalty is
See, I really feel like he's projecting. I feel like everything that he is telling us about women is stuff that he does to women.
most important, in real life, let me give you an example. Let's say you have a dude and he sleeps with this one specific woman, or they're dating, or they're in a relationship. Isn't it funny how all of a sudden all of her friends naturally have interest in you? Isn't it funny how the rest of the world, okay, or the women that see you with this woman would love to have the opportunity to be with you? This is just not true. When she says loyalty is the most important, here's what you'll notice. A lot of times, when a woman sees that you can attract her or you can attract other women want to start sleeping with you, which lets you know that this is just not true. Women's dating preferences are oftentimes way more superficial than you're taught to believe. You're taught to believe that it's about being caring and being loyal and being nice, and what you're going to see in the real world play out is that it's typically attractive men, or it is typically really good looking men, or it is typically men who have personality traits that you know, on paper she would say this is not favorable or this is negative, but this is the guy that she's sleeping with. Okay, it's going to be the guy who's typically self-centered or selfish or only cares about what he wants. This is going to be the guy that women tend to reward. So if she tells you loyalty is the most important, what you're going to find is that women will happily share a dude when she sees him as high status or when she sees him as attractive. So
No, no, wait, no, not at all true. No. In fact, no. Just no. This man is most likely abusive in the worst ways, but he is definitely the type that does not make real connections. Wouldn't know how to make a real connection based on what he's saying.
this is what you're going to find is she'll say like loyalty is the most important, but a lot of times it's just not. Her needs are most important, or what she feels at that time, what she claims she wants a lot of times is completely opposite to where her actions go. So this is the next lie that you were probably fed or you're taught to believe. And what you have to do is you have to just
I really don't understand that one at all. It's usually men that I hear saying that they would prefer respect over love and things, and then they misunderstand what respect would actually be when what they're asking for is obedience. So this one for me is just absurd beyond all reason. What women actually want is communication. And if by loyalty you mean like respect and for you to treat her well in public, I guess maybe, but mostly women want communication and partnership. Women want somebody who's going to respect what they have to say and respect their person and respect their space. They want somebody that is going to add positively to their life in some way, make them laugh or share fun experiences with them. Most often, women want the experience, want to be able to share the experience of life. And oftentimes, being nurturers, sometimes they want somebody to care for and love on. They won't do that for their oppressor, though. Nobody wants to coddle their oppressor. I certainly won't be coddling my oppressor, and this man very obviously wants to be the oppressor of women and behaves as such. This is blatant projection. As far as what he's saying about loyalty, women are more loyal than men. Women are more community oriented and interdependent than men, more willing to ask for help and provide help and be collaborative than men. So women are just naturally more loyal than men. And yes, we do value mutual respect very highly. And if that's what he means by women value loyalty, sure. Yeah, no, I'll give you that. We do. We value you to be respectful and kind and empathetic and interdependent and community oriented.
Number four, the fourth lie that you have probably been told your whole life is that money doesn't matter. You might hear this. Oh, I don't care, how much money my man makes. This is what you're going to hear women say. This is a complete lie. Listen to me closely. Does money matter to get your foot in the door for that first date? No. Does money matter to even get laid? No. Can you attract and even retain women in a relationship for probably a duration of time where she's giving you a specific run rate to prove yourself, to show that over time you can make money? The answer is, of course. You're going to see guys all the time who don't make a lot of money, still have a great dating life. But this is what you have to understand. When she says money doesn't matter, this is a complete lie, and here's how I can prove this to you, and here's how you can start to see this. Money absolutely matters because of this one specific reason. Let a few women catch on to the fact that, let's say this guy over here is rich, or this guy over here has a really flourishing business, or this guy over here, he's a great real estate investor, and then all of a sudden he's perfect husband material. She catches wind of that financial situation. She catches wind that he's going somewhere in life. She catches wind that he's rich. She hears about this through the grapevine. She hears about this from her girlfriends or whatever. All of a sudden, he's a perfect husband material. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter that, maybe he has a little bit of extra weight on him or that jawline isn't where it's supposed to be. All of a sudden, oh, she'd love to have a future with him. That nice big house that he has, oh, he's just a great man to live with, isn't he? This is what you're going to find. So money absolutely matters, okay? All of a sudden, that guy's the perfect husband, and this is what you have to understand about women. Status-driven hypergamy is real. Status-driven hypergamy is real. When she's looking at her future life setup, and if she was going to have kids with this guy, as she gets older, is she going to have a nice life? Is she going to take her 2 to 3 vacations per year on his dime or his paycheck and still be able to sleep soundly at night knowing that that mortgage is paid? Oh yeah, that sounds so appealing, doesn't it? That sounds so appealing, knowing that her life setup is just on point. This is what you have to understand. Status-driven hypergamy is real. Women, this is what you're going to find. Women will sleep with a man for a variety of reasons. Women will have sex for a variety of reasons. She slept with this guy because he's hot. She slept with this guy because he's tall. She slept with this guy because he has good charm or good charisma. She slept with this guy because he has a big house.
And what of it? Women have the right to sleep with people the same as men have the right to sleep with people, sir?
slept with this guy because she's not even really attracted to him, but she knows that two of her friends slept with him, so now all of a sudden he's her type.
Oh my gravy. Now that's some bullshit. This man is full of shit.
What you're going to find, the more attractive you make yourself as a man, and the more dating options that you have access to, the more you're going to see that all of this plays out in the real world. So that's point number 4. Point number 5.
Oh my gravy. This man, I'm gonna have to sing the song again. Word salad, where's the dressing? Word salad, where's the dressing? This is getting ridiculous. I mean, it's more than getting ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. That was pure slut shaming. All that was is slut shaming and calling women gold diggers. That was all that is. Do women want somebody that will fit a certain standard and not be a danger to them? Yes, yes. Does that generally mean that they want a more intelligent, compassionate man? Sure, yes, yes. Does that, in the world where y'all have built of vertical hierarchies, mean that he would be a step above, you know, Casey? Probably. Yeah, probably. I'll include some links in the description box from the research. I am just not going to grace that word salad lacking dressing with any kind of validity. That was just a pissed off man not being likable and refusing to work to be likable. And instead of making sure that he adds value to somebody else's life, he wants to make sure that he reaches into your wallet and takes both your money and your man card. Are you gonna let him?
Point number 5. When she says, I'll always love you. I'll always love you. I love you no matter what. I'll always love you. This is a complete lie, and here's why. What this actually means is I'll love you if you keep performing the way that you currently are. I'll love you if you keep stimulating this exact feeling that you're making me feel right now. I love you based on how you make me feel right now in this moment. And if the current circumstances keep proving itself and you keep proving that you can perform, you keep proving that you are who you say you are, you keep performing that you're strong and capable and competent, then I'll keep loving you. I'll always love you until I don't, is what this actually means. So what you're going to find, the more women that you date or the more dating experiences that you have, is what she says, okay? She reserves the opportunity to change her mind at the drop of a dime when she wants. At the drop of a dime when she wants to change her mind, and she now reserves the opportunity to say, hey, you know, I don't feel the same way anymore, so it's over. And you're sitting there going, oh, but you told me that you love me forever. Doesn't matter. It's a false belief. It's a lie about love that you believed. And what you're going to find is that the more you buy into these lies, the worse your life becomes, because you start to actually mold your worldview. And
Well, what this tells me is that he has started out relationships where he's very giving and he's loving and he's lying to women and telling them, I am this thing. I will add this value to your life and I will help with this thing and I will do this thing. And then once they get a little bit comfortable and he thinks that he has hooked her, then he starts being mean and he starts belittling her and he stops being a true partner and he starts cheating. I'm just guessing based on the things that he has told us in his previous marks. This man projects loudly and often, and this particular projection is very simple to see.
point number 6, okay, is if a woman tells you, I don't care how he performs in bed. This is also a complete lie, and here's why. This is to get you to drop your guard. This right here is complete.
If women cared how men performed in bed, no women would sleep with men. Men don't even know that women have a G-spot, let alone where it is. And sadly, because of that, many women don't know they have a G-spot or where it is. So this is absolute senseless ikayoko.
To get you to drop your guard. And what you have to understand is who gave her that best experience in bed. She always thinks about and she always remembers. The guy who brings out real, raw, primal desire.
Yes. No, that's true, though. No, that's true. If you hit that mark, she will remember you hit that mark. No, that's true. Even if she sleeps with a woman and the woman's like, boom, I got that spot, she will never forget her. I'll tell you. Yeah, no, that's true. I'll give you that one, Case.
She never forgets. This is what you have to understand. The guy that gave her all those feelings in the bedroom that she loves so much, she never forgets that. So if she ever says, hey, I don't care how you perform in bed, how you perform in bed and knowing what you're doing is even a direct representation and reflection of pre-selection, because it shows that you've been with other women.
No, it's a direct representation of how much you care. Whether or not you make an effort to get a woman off is how much you care. And unfortunately, in our society, most women are not coded to understand that. And so y'all get away with never getting a woman off. And so women have decided, the straight women have decided that they will get themselves off so long as, you know, they get to have the other benefits of you, whatever those are. I don't think there are any benefits of you, but hey, tell me in the description box, you can, or the comment box, you can tell me if there are some good things about men that I'm grossed out by or just don't know.
And you know what you're doing. So this is what you have to remember, okay? What women value, even though they won't necessarily tell you this, is experience. They like to see that you know what you're doing, you're experienced in life, you're experienced in the bedroom, you're experienced in business, you're experienced with how the world works. And then the second you don't have that experience, they go and gravitate towards a more competent man. All while still simultaneously telling you that all those things don't matter and it's just about being a really nice, good guy. Okay, so keep that in.
Ed Pepper here. Everything I say after this. And yes, of course, women deserve more competent people in their lives. Of course, if you show that you are going to weaponize incompetence or be an ass or just generally be a flaky jerk who doesn't listen and doesn't share anything with her of value, yes, she's going to leave to find somebody more competent. Duh. Duh. Why are you even acting like this is a bad thing? Holy. Actually, everything he just said there is more word salad without dressing. What he's doing there is projecting. These are things that the way he feels about others, not the way that others feel. He has not ever really tried or made any effort, in my opinion, based on the things that he has told us here. And so of course he has failed often, but he thinks that he has succeeded in enough that he should be able to take money from your wallets, because here in a couple of minutes he's going to ask for money from your wallets to give you a course on how to treat women like shit and be an abuser and ruin your life. And that's what I think the course is about, just based on what he has said thus far. I guess you can make your own decisions on that. However, you should probably know that he is not likable at all. Not only not likable, he doesn't even try to get women off. He gets his rocks off and moves forward. That's what he's telling you here, is that you shouldn't have to try, that women should just want to sleep with you just because you exist. Well, no. No, you should have to try too. And any women that listen to this content, raise your standards. If they don't know that you have a G-spot, the flag is red. Dump their asses yesterday. If they don't even try to touch it, the flag is red. They don't care. Don't have sex with them. I'm just saying, you can find toys that will do a much better job. It really is about compassion and loyalty and being the person you say that you are, and not turning into a piece of trash 3 months, 3 years, or 3 days after you've hooked her.
Line number 7, okay? I don't text message anybody else but you. Listen to me closely. If you went in to that cell phone and you saw her messages, her screenshots between her friends, her direct messages that she's receiving, you probably would not be able to sleep for an entire week. You probably would not be able to sleep for an entire week. Majority of women that you're dating, especially if they are attractive, you have to understand just how many men they are occupying or entertaining small conversation with here and there to strategically optimize hypergamy. All while convincing all 10 or all 20 of those men that they're slowly texting or talking to back and forth on different dating apps and whatnot, all while she still simultaneously is attempting to convince you that you're the only guy that she talks to and you're the only guy she's seeing and you're the only guy that she cares about. This is how women optimize hypergamy to find the best fit for them in that exact moment. And the second she feels that you're not that best fit and she could go elsewhere and that other guy has a better opportunity for her for what she's wanting in that exact moment, her emotions work in his favor and not yours.
Oof, projection. From start to stop, that one. That was just projection. All projection. Every ounce of it. Just what he does to others. That's all that was. Men are the ones that are often known, and we pulled up the stats on cheating, to be cheating. Men are the ones that play women. Like, this is pure projection. We all know this is pure projection. Why are you projecting on us, sir? Go find yourself a drive-in movie theater. Watch a movie. Quit projecting. Holy. I don't even have anything for that. That was just projection. I'm not even gonna qualify that nonsense.
Number 8, the 8th lie that you're going to hear is this. If you hear a woman say something like, I don't care if I'm with a man because I'm independent and I make my own money. This, once again, is a complete lie, and it does not matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it's not. And it's why there's a loneliness epidemic. But let's hear what Shitwit's got to say.
And here's why. It doesn't matter if she says this, because the truth is she still wants a man, and I can show this to you. Let's say she...
Of course she doesn't want to be alone, and nobody wants to be alone. No one wants to be alone, and you shouldn't want to be alone either. That's why you should stop listening to men like this and make sure that you're working on being liked and likable.
Is rich. Let's say this woman has $10 million. Deep down, she still wishes that she was with a man who had 11. She still wishes that she was with a man who had $11 million and satisfied hypergamy and just had a little bit more status or provisioning or protection or business acumen or something in this specific category that let her emotions work in his favor so that way she could respect him. If she has $10 million, she wants a man who has 11. Listen, hypergamy is a feeling, and she wants to feel provided for and taken care of. She is going to want to feel provided for. She's going to want to feel taken care of. And the second you don't do that, even if she's rich, even if she's independent, her emotions gravitate towards somebody else because she's still longing for that masculinity. Keep that in mind. That is point number 8.
She's not longing for that masculinity. She's longing for partnership and somebody to share experiences with. This is more word salad without the dressing. Should I sing again? Do you like my song? Word salad, where's the dressing? Word salad, where's the dressing? I'm not sorry. This man and y'all men are out here doing this unironically, showing your whole asses, projecting nonsense. It's absurd. And y'all will go and give this man money, and y'all will prop this man up, and all he wants to do is reach in your pocket and steal your man card and make you feel small and make sure that you're as lonely and miserable as he is, because this man is lonely and miserable. And all he wants is your man cards and your dollars. You gonna give him your man cards and your dollars? Put your wallet in your pocket.
Point number 9. When she says, hey, you can open up and you can tell me anything. You can tell me anything. You can tell me anything. You can open up, you can be vulnerable, you can tell me anything. Listen, this is so you run your big mouth and you talk your way out of any interest that she originally had in you. Any interest that she initially had in you that you built, now you talk your way out of that because you've revealed.
Now, the only way that that is true is if you're a heinous person and you're revealing heinous things like wishing for people to starve or other heinous things. So what heinous things are you actually admitting to during these moments? Are you admitting to being a really bad person? Because otherwise, that's the only thing women want, is you to be true, honest, and vulnerable, as true, honest, and vulnerable as she is, so that she can share an experience, share a life. That is what people in general want. They want a partnership. They want somebody to share experiences with, someone or many someones. Sometimes people want to share experiences with others. We are a social species.
Too much. You didn't need to say that extra sentence. You don't need to tell her how you feel in this situation. You don't need to tell her what you were thinking. The sentences that you're saying, the things that you're showing, you didn't need to say any of that. It was extra fluff. It was extra filler. You didn't need to reveal all this extra stuff. But because you believed her, now all of a sudden she questions your value. That is point number 9.
Wow. Just wow. No, I question your value and your intent. I question your intent to harm your audience by telling them this kind of crap. I question your intent to harm your entire species by shouting this divisive nonsense. All of this divisive nonsense is why the patriarchs can so easily stick their hands up your ass to that warm, squishy place and go meat, meat, meat right out of your mouth. If y'all continue perpetuating and lifting men like this up, you will continue that circle and that cycle of male loneliness that you like to whine about so much. If you want to have good relationships with women, you should probably start talking to women and listening to women and spending less time with men like this shit ass.
She tells you, he's just a friend. Oh, don't worry, I can text message him all day. He's just a friend. Don't worry, we talk on the phone from time to time. He's just a friend. Listen to me closely. At that point, you're better off just quit talking to her completely, because what you have to understand about this situation is she has the internal strength and confidence to tell you that in the first place because she thinks you're low SMV. She thinks that you have low sexual market value, and she feels like you could not replace her.
Oh my goodness. Sexual market value. Holy. Holy. He's like, she thinks you couldn't trade her in for a newer model. That's disgusting. If you are running your relationships as transactionally as this man is suggesting, you will only have transactional relationships. You cannot have a connection by running things transactionally like this man is suggesting to you. This is heinous.
So she feels like you'll put up with anything. So she's just going to do what she wants and convince you that he's just a friend. When in reality, you know that it's probably not true, but you choose to believe the lies anyway.
We're a social species. We can have friends outside of our gender. Stop telling yourself that nonsense. Oh my gravy.
If you like this video, take this a step further. Join us inside the community that I built for you.
And boom, there you go, inside the community where he just wants to reach into your wallet and steal some money after he snatches your man card. Are you gonna let him? Are you gonna let that man in your wallet? Cereal? You gonna let him go in there and take your man card and your monies? Holy, y'all, are y'all that weak? Whew, I don't think y'all are bringing your best. If this man is your best, y'all still aren't bringing your best. I mean, we saw what was supposed to be one of the best last week, and that was pretty miserable. This guy's downright heinous, too. You see how the misogyny wheel is just circling? Like, I don't even understand how y'all don't see how destructive this is for you. Here we are, though. Here we are. Now, I am very excited to say we've reached the end of this video. And why do y'all look this stuff up? Why is this what y'all are interested in? This dating advice from men that don't actually talk to women? I would honestly like to know if somebody wants to tell me in the comment section why y'all don't just come to women. Why you don't believe women when women tell you what they actually want. Why it has to come from a man. Oh wait, that's right, y'all are homosocial as shit, that's why. Okay, now that we've established that, let's look at our therapy prompts, because I have to answer for some things. I believe that I have to answer these ones. I'm hoping I've got the right ones. If not, forgive me. Or don't, your choice. Life is full of mysteries. What are the latest you have faced that feel a little like bullshit? Oh, they feel a lot like bullshit. The mysteries that I have faced lately are actually not something I'm willing to share on the internet right now. Yeah, there's things. I'm facing things, and they're bullshit things. Please do your therapy prompts and address those things. And sometimes we just have to accept them. And that gets hard. And radical acceptance is an amazing tool, and sometimes you just it's infuriating, and that is one of those for me that's a little infuriating. I'm not gonna lie to you. What hasn't turned out as planned this week, but was actually just what you needed? You know, what hasn't? I guess I didn't address that. I lost a friend this week. They passed away, and it was very, very hard, and I'm still having a hard time with it, honestly. So I guess that's the thing that didn't turn out as planned this week. It's not what I needed, and I can't come up with one that was something that sucked that was what I needed. I don't have a good one for that. And I'm sorry that I have failed y'all on answering that prompt this week. But I'll give you your next two, and I will work on making sure to have some kind of answer. And sometimes maybe I just won't, like this. In what parts of your life are you exhausted from faking it and ready to come clean, no matter what others say or think? I'm going to answer this. I am exhausted, not from faking it. I mean, I guess sometimes I do, like, rage bait a little bit here, and it does get exhausting that y'all require that in order to look at the topic or address the topic. It's really exhausting. It's really frustrating, and I'll be honest about it. I don't necessarily like being angry. I don't like looking at content that upsets me. I don't like having to constantly, week after week after week, address this horrible aspect of our reality. and embed myself in some of the worst content and worst things that men can possibly say to me and to others. I hate it. And I find it important. I think that it needs to be done. We have to have these conversations and we have to face those hard things. And if we can't have these hard conversations and normalize getting through these hard parts and not just giving up on those aspects of our society that are half of y'all are freaking horrifying, then I mean, what does that say about us as a species? That we have to just forego and give up half of our species to the wolves? We just have to find a way to set a continent up for men that they are not allowed to come near women or children? Like, that's sad. I don't think that I want to face a reality that says that's how we have to handle this situation, and so I keep trying. Next, what words do you feel like you say on repeat because no one fucking listens? Is it time to raise the volume, or is it more fun to watch them amble around like idiots? Well, do that thing you do. Every time you say a bad thing about you or think a bad thing about you, say two good things about you. Treat you better, because you're the only you you're ever gonna get. You're the you that is with you from the moment you gain consciousness. You're the you that will be with you until you lose consciousness, and you are the only person that will be there for every fucking moment of it. Treat you well. That is the thing. And I think I just have to keep repeating it and turn up the volume on it. I think that's how we solve that. Okay, 2 prompts for next week. In what areas of your life do you have everyone fooled thinking you have your shit together? What are the tells others aren't as put together as you might suspect? Interesting. I will look at those for next week. I will have responses for you. I hope that me giving you 2 extra responses resolves the responses that I would not answer this week. The one I wouldn't and the one I couldn't anyway. Anyway, I have a thing to talk to you about. I really like food a lot. Food is delicious. It's really fun to make and eat, and I like to eat it. So if you don't mind helping me with food, you can scan that thing right there. That one puts money in my Ko-fi, in which I can put food in my face hole. I like food. Please help me get more of it and pay my electrical bill, because that shit is wild this month. That is the threadless. If you're not up to just giving somebody monies, maybe you want a piece of merch. I have a lot of options there, and I hope you enjoy some of them. Next, do that thing you do. I'm serious. I'm not just saying it because I like saying it and it's a gimmick. It really isn't. I really mean it. If you treat yourself better, you will treat the world better, and you will have better engagements in life, and you are worth it. You're worth the work that it takes to be liked and likable, and you're worth liking you, and treat you like you like you. So every time you say or think something bad about you, say or think 2 good things. I recommend doing it out loud. I find that verbal accountability is incredibly powerful for our psyches. You will believe you. So if you tell you horrible things, you're going to believe horrible things. And if you tell you awesome, empowering things, you're going to believe awesome, empowering things. This is my personal mantra. I'm going to share it with y'all here. And if it works for you, take it forward with you. For those who must fight, life holds a flavor the sheltered will never know. All right, y'all. I hope you do treat yourselves well. I wish for some of you the best week ever. I wish for some of you to have a week. And I wish for some of you to suck it L. I'll see you later. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, you gotta go. Bye-bye. No, go. Go now. Say bye.